Hello everybody, we continue with the book of Exodus, with how the Lord is helping Moses and Israelites to get out of slavery in Egypt. So we continue. But objected Moses, suppose they will not believe me, nor listen to my plea, for they may say, the Lord did not appear to you. The Lord therefore asked him, What is that in your hand? A staff, he answered. The Lord then said, Throw it on the ground. When he threw it on the ground, it was changed into a serpent, and Moses shied away from it. Now put out your hand, the Lord said to him, and take hold of its tail. So he put out his hand and laid a hold of it, and it became a staff in his hand. This will take place so that they may believe, he continued, that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, did appear to you. Again the Lord said to him, Put your hand in your bosom. He put it in his bosom, and when he withdrew it, to his surprise, his hand was leprous, like snow. The Lord then said, Now put your hand back in your bosom. Moses put his hand back in his bosom, and when he withdrew it, to his surprise, it was again like the rest of his body. If they will not believe you, nor heed the message of the first sign, they should believe the message of the second. And if they will not believe even these two signs, nor heed your plea, take some water from the river and pour it on the dry land. The water you take from the river will become blood on the dry land. Moses, however, said to the Lord, If you please, Lord, I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor recently, nor now that you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and tongue. The Lord said to him, Who gives one man speech and makes another deaf and dumb? Or who gives sight to one and makes another blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Go then, it is I who will assist you in speaking and will teach you what you are to say. Yet he insisted, If you please, Lord, send someone else. Then the Lord became angry with Moses and said, Have you not your brother Aaron the Levite? I know that he is an eloquent speaker. Besides, he is now on his way to meet you. When he sees you, his heart will be glad. You are to speak to him then and put the words in his mouth. I will assist both you and him in speaking and will teach the two of you what you are to do. He shall speak to the people for you, he shall be your spokesman, and you shall be as God to him. Take this staff in your hand, with it you are to perform the signs. After this Moses returned to his father-in-law Jethro and said to him, Let me go back, please, to my kinsmen in Egypt to see whether they are still living. Jethro replied, Go in peace. In Midian, the Lord said to Moses, Go back to Egypt, for all the men who sought your life are dead. So Moses took his wife and his sons and started back to the land of Egypt, with them riding the ass. The staff of God he carried with him. The Lord said to him, On your return to Egypt, see that you perform before Pharaoh all the wonders I have put in your power. I will make him obstinate, however, so that he will not let the people go. So you shall say, Pharaoh, Thus says the Lord, Israel is my son, my firstborn. Hence I tell you, let my son go, that he may serve me. If you refuse to let him go, I warn you, I will kill your son, your firstborn. On the journey, at the place where they spent the night, the Lord came upon Moses and would have killed him. But Zipporah took a piece of flint and cut off her son's foreskin, and touching his person, she said, You are a spouse of blood to me. Then God let Moses go. At that time, she said, A spouse of blood in regard to the circumcision. The Lord said to Aaron, Go into the desert to meet Moses. So he went, and when they met at the mountain of God, Aaron kissed him. Moses informed him of all the Lord had said in sending him, and of the various signs he had enjoined upon him. Then Moses and Aaron went and assembled all the elders of the Israelites. Aaron told them everything the Lord had said to Moses, and he performed the signs before the people. The people believed, and when they heard that the Lord was concerned about them and had seen their affliction, they bowed down in worship. After that, Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, let my people go, that they may celebrate a feast to me in the desert. Pharaoh answered, Who is the Lord that I should heed his plea to let Israel go? I do not know the Lord. Even if I did, I would not let Israel go. They replied, The God of the Hebrews has sent us word. Let us go a 3 days' journey in the desert, that we may offer sacrifice to the Lord our God. Otherwise he will punish us with pestilence or the sword. The king of Egypt answered them, What do you mean, Moses and Aaron, by talking the people away from their work? Off to your labor. Look how numerous the people of the land are already, continued Pharaoh, and yet you would give them rest from their labor. That very day Pharaoh gave the taskmasters and foremen of the people this order: You shall no longer supply the people with straw for their brick making as you have previously done. Let them go and gather straw themselves. Yet you shall levy upon them the same quota of bricks as they have previously made. Do not reduce it. They are lazy. This is why they are crying, Let us go to offer sacrifice to our God. Increase the work for the men, so that they keep their mind on it and pay no attention to lying words. So the taskmasters and the foremen of the people went out and told them, Thus says Pharaoh, I will not provide you with straw. Go and gather the straw yourselves, wherever you can find it. Yet there must not be the slightest reduction in your work. The people then scattered throughout the land of Egypt to gather stubble for straw, while the taskmasters kept driving them on, saying, Finish your work, the same daily amount as when your straw was supplied. The foremen of the Israelites, whom the taskmasters of Pharaoh had placed over them, were beaten and were asked, Why have you not completed your prescribed amount of bricks yesterday and today as before? Then the Israelite foremen came and made this appeal to Pharaoh, Why do you treat your servants in this manner? No straw is supplied to your servants, and still we are told to make bricks. Look how your servants are beaten. It is you who are at fault. Pharaoh answered, It is just because you are lazy that you keep saying, Let us go and offer sacrifice to the Lord. Off to work then. Straw shall not be provided for you, but you must still deliver your quota of bricks. The Israelite foremen knew they were in a sorry plight, having been told not to reduce the daily amount of bricks. When therefore they left Pharaoh and came upon Moses and Aaron, who were waiting to meet them, they said to them, The Lord look upon you and judge. You have brought us into bad odor with Pharaoh and his servants, and have put a sword in their hands to slay us. Moses again had recourse to the Lord and said, Lord, why do you treat the people so badly? And why did you send me on such a mission? Ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has maltreated these people of yours, and you have done nothing to rescue them. Then the Lord answered Moses, Now you shall see what I will do to Pharaoh. Forced by my mighty hand, he will send them away. Compelled by my outstretched arm, he will drive them from his land. God also said to Moses, I am the Lord. As God the Almighty, I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but my name, Lord, I did not make known to them. I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land in which they were living as aliens. And now that I have heard the groaning of the Israelites, whom the Egyptians are treating as slaves, I am mindful of my covenant. Therefore say to the Israelites, I am the Lord, I will free you from the forced labor of the Egyptians and will deliver you from their slavery. I will rescue you by my outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. I will take you as my own people, and you shall have me as your God. You will know that I, the Lord, am your God when I free you from the labor of the Egyptians and bring you into the land which I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you as your own possession, I, the Lord. But when Moses told this to the Israelites, they would not listen to him because of their dejection and hard slavery. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go and tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to let the Israelites leave his land. But Moses protested to the Lord, If the Israelites would not listen to me, how can it be that Pharaoh will listen to me, poor speaker that I am? Still the Lord, to bring the Israelites out of Egypt, spoke to Moses and Aaron and gave them his orders regarding both the Israelites and Pharaoh, king of Egypt. These are the heads of the ancestral houses. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Hanoch, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. These are the clans of Reuben. The sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Yamin, Ohad, Yachin, Zohar, and Shaul, who was the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the clans of Simeon. The names of the sons of Levi in their genealogical order are Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. Levi lived 137 years. The sons of Geshurun as heads of clans were Libni and Shimei. The sons of Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel. Kohath lived 133 years. The sons of Merari were Mahli and Mushi. These are the clans of Levi in their genealogical order. Amram married his aunt Jochebed, who bore him Aaron, Moses, and Miriam. Amram lived 137 years. The sons of Izhar were Korah, Nepheg, and Zichri. The sons of Uziel were Mishael, Elzaphan, and Sitri. Aaron married Aminadab's daughter Elisheba, the sister of Nashon. She bore him Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. The sons of Korah were Ashir, Elkanah, and Abiasaph. These are the clans of the Korahites. Aaron's son Eleazar married one of Putiel's daughters, who bore him Phinehah. These are the heads of the ancestral clans of the Levites. This is the Aaron and this is the Moses to whom the Lord said, Lead the Israelites from the land of Egypt, company by company. These are the ones who spoke to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring the Israelites out of Egypt, the same Moses and Aaron. On the day the Lord spoke to Moses in Egypt, he said, I am the Lord. Repeat to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that all that I tell you. But Moses protested to the Lord, Since I am a poor speaker, how can it be that Pharaoh will listen to me? The Lord answered him, See, I have made you as God to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall act as your prophet. You shall tell him all that I command you. In turn, your brother Aaron shall tell Pharaoh to let the Israelites leave his land. Yet I will make Pharaoh so obstinate that despite the many signs and wonders that I will work in the land of Egypt, he will not listen to you. Therefore I will lay my hand on Egypt, and by great acts of judgment I will bring the hosts of my people, the Israelites, out of the land of Egypt, so that the Egyptians may learn that I am the Lord, as I stretch out my hand against Egypt and lead the Israelites out of their midst. Moses and Aaron did as the Lord had commanded them. Moses was 80 years old and Aaron 83 when they spoke to Pharaoh. The Lord told Moses and Aaron, If Pharaoh demands that you work a sign or wonder, you shall say to Aaron, Take your staff and throw it down before Pharaoh, and it will be changed into a snake. Then Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and did as the Lord had commanded. Aaron threw his staff down before Pharaoh and his servants, and it was changed into a snake. Pharaoh in turn summoned wise men and sorcerers, and they also, the magicians of Egypt, did likewise by their magic arts. Each one threw down his staff, and it was changed into a snake, but Aaron's staff swallowed their staffs. Pharaoh, however, was obstinate and would not listen to them, just as the Lord has foretold. Then the Lord said to Moses, Pharaoh is obdurate in refusing to let the people go. Tomorrow morning, when he sets out for the water, go and present yourself by the river bank, holding in your hand the staff that turned into a serpent. Say to him, the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, sent me to you with the message, let my people go to worship me in the desert. But as yet you have not listened. The Lord now says, this is how you shall know that I am the Lord. I will strike the water of the river with the staff I hold, and it shall be changed into blood. The fish in the river shall die, and the river itself shall become so polluted that the Egyptians will be unable to drink its water. The Lord then said to Moses, say to Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt. Their streams and canals and pools, all their supplies of water, that they may become blood. Throughout the land of Egypt there shall be blood, even in the wooden pails and stone jars. Moses and Aaron did as the Lord has commanded. Aaron raised his staff and struck the waters of the river in full view of Pharaoh and his servants, and all the water of the river was changed into blood. The fish in the river died, and the river itself became so polluted that the Egyptians could not drink its water. There was blood throughout the land of Egypt. But the Egyptian magicians did the same by their magic arts, so Pharaoh remained obstinate and would not listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord had foretold. He returned away and went into his house with no concern even for this. All the Egyptians had to dig in the neighborhood of the river for drinking water, since they could not drink the river water. 7 days passed after the Lord had struck the river. Then the Lord said to Moses, go to Pharaoh and tell him, thus says the Lord, let my people go to worship me. If you refuse to let them go, I warn you, I will send a plague of frogs over all your territory. The river will teem with frogs. They will come up into your palace and into your bedroom and onto your bed, into the houses of your servants too, and your subjects, even into your ovens and your kneading bowls. The frogs will swarm all over you and your subjects and your servants. The Lord then told Moses, say to Aaron, stretch out your hand and your staff over the streams and canals and pools to make frogs overrun the land of Egypt. Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. But the magicians did the same by their magic arts. They too made frogs overrun the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, pray the Lord to remove the frogs from me and my subject, and I will let the people go to offer sacrifice to the Lord. Moses answered Pharaoh, do me the favor of appointing the time when I am to pray for you and your servants and your subjects, that the frogs may be taken away from you and your houses and be left only in the river. Tomorrow, said Pharaoh. Then Moses replied, it shall be as you have said, so that you may learn that there is none like the Lord our God. The frogs shall leave you and your houses, your servants and your subjects, only in the river shall they be left. After Moses and Aaron left Pharaoh's presence, Moses implored the Lord to fulfill the promise he had made to Pharaoh about the frogs. And the Lord did as Moses had asked. The frogs in the houses and courtyards and field died off. Heaps and heaps of them were gathered up, and there was a stench in the land. But when Pharaoh saw that there was a respite, he became obdurate and would not listen to them, just as the Lord had foretold. Thereupon the Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron to stretch out his staff and strike the dust of the earth, that it may be turned into gnats throughout the land of Egypt." They did so. Aaron stretched out his hand, and with his staff he struck the dust of the earth, and gnats came upon man and beast. The dust of the earth was turned into gnats throughout the land of Egypt. Though the magicians tried to bring forth gnats by their magic arts, they could not do so. As the gnats infested man and beast, the magician said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." Yet Pharaoh remained obstinate and would not listen to them, just as the Lord had foretold. Again the Lord told Moses, "Early tomorrow morning, present yourselves to Pharaoh when he goes forth to the water, and say to him, 'Thus says the Lord, let my people go to worship me.' If you will not let my people go, I warn you, I will loose swarms of flies upon you and your servants and your subjects and your houses. The houses of the Egyptians and the very ground on which they stand shall be filled with swarms of flies. But on that day I will make an exception of the land of Goshen. There shall be no flies where my people dwell, that you may know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. I will make this distinction between my people and your people. The sign shall take place tomorrow." This the Lord did. Thick swarms of flies entered the house of Pharaoh and the houses of his servants. Throughout Egypt the land was infested with flies. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said to them, "Go and offer sacrifice to your God in this land." But Moses replied, "It is not right to do so, for the sacrifices we offer to the Lord our God are an abomination to the Egyptians. If before their very eyes we offer sacrifices which are an abomination to them, will not the Egyptians stone us? We must go a 3 days' journey in the desert to offer sacrifice to the Lord our God, as he commands us." "Well then," said Pharaoh, "I will let you go to offer sacrifice to the Lord your God in the desert, provided that you do not go too far away and that you pray for me." Moses answered, "As soon as I leave your presence, I will pray to the Lord that the flies may depart tomorrow from Pharaoh and his servants and his subjects." Pharaoh, however, must not play false again by refusing to let the people go to offer sacrifice to the Lord. When Moses left Pharaoh's presence, he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord did as Moses had asked. He removed the flies from Pharaoh and his servants and subjects. Not one remained. But once more Pharaoh became obdurate and would not let the people go. Thank you very much for watching and listening this. We continue next week, I hope. Bye bye.